Welcome to another video here. I wanted to talk through some things around simulations and a good way to explain them. So we go to my simulations page here. I've got this stat, ALWYNI. In the footer, I've got a legend here, and it's the percentage of simulations when you don't win your conference's AQ that you get an at-large bid. Whereas the C percentage is the percentage of simulations, the total simulations where you get an at-large bid. That seems like what we want, but if you look here, you can see, Baldwin Wallace, UW Oshkosh has a 19% C percentage, but Whitewater has an 86%. What's going on? Well, it's because most of the time Oshkosh wins the A, so they don't even get a chance to see if they need a C. So this is the percentage of the time that they get a C when they didn't get the A. And you can see, Oshkosh is at 100%. NYU is bizarre here because they never need a C, so technically this is 0 because it's 0 over 0. But anyway, that's why I use ALWYNI, is because I only care about your rate of getting an at-large bid when you need one. So then, let me pull up a report. When I generate this NCAA tournament field, the way that I do it is for every conference, let's just pick the ODAC. I say, who gets the A the most of the time? Washington and Lee. So you get the A. Mark it down. Obviously, I don't know that they're going to get the A. I just have to pick a most likely. And then for the rest of the teams, I do this for every one of the 43 conferences that get an AQ. Mark down an A. For all the remaining teams, I say who has the highest ALWYNI percentage. And so if you look here, Susquehanna, or St. Mary's is actually the last in the field, at large 21. They're at 38%. That's ALWYNI. We can see ALWYNI here. And the Guilford is at 32%. And then that will match the percentages here. All of this is ALWYNI percentage. It'll match, and then Guilford was 32%. And then the reason Hardin-Simmons and Linfield were not in between is because they got A's. And actually, they are in between. Hardin-Simmons ends up here, and Linfield is there. The reason being, once I have all 64 teams in the field, I need to rank them on something. I'm not going to rank them on ALWYNI percentage, and I rank them on median NPI. And there are some differences between median NPI and ALWYNI percentage, which is why there's not a deterministic order of teams between those two. But the thing that I wanted to talk about was bid thieves. So let's say St. Mary's is currently my last at-large team in the field. Well, it is true to say that they are the 21st best ALWYNI percentage among teams that I have not marked as getting a Pool A. That's a true statement. Now, a less true statement would be they are in the NCAA tournament simulated field. Well, I mean, they're in because of the logic that I chose to use, but they're only the 21st best Pool C team. And we can see from this number, 38% or 37.8%, they actually don't get in a lot of the time. 62% of the time, they don't get in. And that's because these numbers, especially for these last 5 teams, kind of show that bid thieves can and will happen. So yes, St. Mary's has the 21st best ALWYNI percentage among teams that I have not marked as getting a Pool A, but their chances of getting in are still kind of low because they are going to be reliant on how many bid thieves we have or not. So another way to show that is here. So I keep data from each of my simulations on bid thieves. And so we can see who are the most common bid thieves. TCNJ is one in 16% of my simulations, so 1,612 out of 10,000. Rhode Island College, East Texas Baptist, Puget Sound, Redlands, and 6%. Texas Lutheran, 5.6%. And then we can also look at my simulation summary. This is a really bad format to look at this in. And we can see I've got a bid thieves column here. And so you can see simulation 1 there was 1. Simulation 14 or 13 there was 4. Can we find 5? Oh, we found 5 right next to 0. And so it's kind of the fact that we don't know if we're going to have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like there's no sim where we had 6 bid thieves. So 5's kind of the limit that I saw, which does not mean that we can't have 6. But it's that uncertainty over bid thieves, which is why these teams, even though they are in the top 21 at large, if they need it among non-pool A's, that's a mouthful, even though they're in that spot, they still only get into the tournament, 40% of the time, and that is because of bid thieves. So I need a way to say which 64 are in the simulated field, and these numbers take into account the possibility of bid thieves. And so you kind of have to take those two things together to say, yes, St. Mary's is 21st at large, or ALWYNI among non-pool A's, but still their chances of getting to the tournament are 2 out of 5. So 3 out of 5, they don't get into the tournament. And you definitely want your team to move up from these percentage numbers to these percentage numbers. But I wanted to be clear about the level of uncertainty with the team getting into the tournament. So hit me up with any questions and have a good Saturday.